For all my team coins, packs, and bets, check out footgalaxy.com. Link is in the description below. Use the discount code NEPO at checkout. What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome to another episode of the best team in FIFA. Today, we are taking a look at possibly the best, if not one of the best current Bundesliga squads. Managed to get my hands on some of the big dogs, the Robbens, the Riberies, etc. Before we get into this video, if you could drop a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. If you guys want to see any other squad builders, of course, let me know in the comment section below which ones you want to see. And if you want to buy any Nepo Designs t-shirts, link to that is in the description below. So this is the team we're working with, guys. I've gone for Neuer in goal with Naldo and Boateng in defense, Alaba and Piszczek on the fullback positions with Vidal and Muller in the CDM and cam spots. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about Muller through the start and into the video. Of course, we've got Robben and Ribery on the wings with Aubameyang and Lewandowski up front. Record breaker Lewandowski, who's going to have a special card, probably by the time you're watching this video, actually, we'll have a special card out. But yeah, so we've got the full Bundesliga team. I've gone for the 4-1-2-1-2 because for me, so far this year in FIFA, it is the best formation. I'm going to show you 5 or 6 games worth of clips with these guys and hopefully be able to put some good performances together to show you what they can really do. I know this is a really expensive team. A lot of people actually want to see the expensive teams because you can get your hands on the cheap teams yourselves right now. You can't get your hands on the expensive teams, so I'm going to bring it through to you guys. But if you also want to see cheap teams, again, just let me know price ranges in the comment section below. We'll throw up some cheap teams through the best team in FIFA as well. So what are the player instructions on this team? Nothing at all. I literally haven't touched it. I'm trying to find my feet in the game before I start fiddling around with things, because if I start fiddling around with things like stay back while attacking or aggressive interceptions, and then I'm either winning or I'm losing and I don't know what the crux of the reason is, it could be because of a small little adjustment here or there. But if I can find my feet within the game and then make the small adjustments here or there, it could make all the difference to becoming like an even better player within the game. So this is a team we do go into some games with. The reason why I went with Muller at cam is because he's got very nice passing at 80 and that 84 shot, and for me the cam is probably the most important role in FIFA this year. He really does link up the whole play, spreads it wide to the wings, puts it through to the midfielders, and the long shots are really, really important this year. So if you've got a cam with poor shooting, I urge you to take him out for someone with good shooting, even if that means a reduction on pace. I don't mind the fact that Muller only has 77 pace. He's still going to do a great job for me in with that spot there. And then up front, of course, Aubameyang and Lewandowski, 95 pace with Aubameyang. It doesn't matter that pace is less relevant this year. Aubameyang is still an absolute monster. So let's get into the gameplay, guys. Drop a like on the video and let's go. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, of course, I show you the teams that I come up against and the goals that I score. Now, first things to note is that I'm playing with an incredible team and I'm coming up against either average or less than average teams. The odd really decent team here or there, but in general, it's not too crazy. And the second thing to notice is that there's no border around today's the best team in FIFA. That's basically because I want to think of something else to put out there instead of the star rating and the, you know, whether it was value for money and stuff. I want to think of something else. So any ideas what you guys would want to see in terms of information on the border, just put it in the comment section below. I've got a few ideas of my own, of course, anyway, but anything you guys want to see as well, I will be happy to put in. So this team, 4-1-2-1-2, is a great formation. If any of you guys are struggling with FIFA, I urge you to try the 4-1-2-1-2. It was always a go-to formation every year in FIFA since FIFA 11, in my opinion. It's always been one of the strongest. I think the fact that it offers width, it offers you know, a good CDM, a cam, you basically got everything covered. I think there was only one year in maybe FIFA 13 where the 3-5-2 was just the absolute dominant formation. Other than that, every year I've played FIFA so far, the 4-1-2-1-2 has been the best, with a few side variations. You know, every now and then you got the 4-3-3 is pretty good, or 3-5-2, or the 4-2-3-1, which a lot of the pros like. But for me, yeah, 4-1-2-1-2 is great, and it suits his team really well because Robben and Ribery are absolute beasts in this game. Not just in this game, not just in this formation, but just in general. Like, some of the goals that I score with them are absolutely crazy. Now, last year when I played with the 4-1-2-1-2, the strikers and the cam got involved a lot, and the wingers, although they didn't score much, they did get involved a little bit. They just never were involved in the goals. I don't know what EA did it this year to tweak that, but the wingers this year, the left mid, right mid, are all over the place. You'll notice, I think almost all of my goals come from either Robben or Ribery. I think Lewandowski gets 1 goal and maybe Aubameyang gets 1 goal as well. Other than that, the two wingers just destroyed this whole team. Every team I came up against. If it wasn't Robben scoring an absolute banger, it was Ribery. If it wasn't Ribery cutting inside, destroying a defense to lay it off for someone, it was Robben. Pushing through the midfield, they just created crazy amounts of space, and Muller in at cam as well was really nice. It's good to have a threat there. I spoke about it at the start of the video. It's good to have a threat on the edge of the box who's got crazy good shooting. Other cams that you guys will love will be like James Rodriguez, Wayne Rooney. I know Tobias Gaming absolutely loves Wayne Rooney. You know, anyone that's got good passing and high shooting is going to be a phenomenal cam for you. So I suggest you guys try those. Of course, you know nobody's going to be able to afford this team at this stage unless you've invested a lot of money into FIFA points, or perhaps you got lucky in a pack, or maybe you got a few of these players on loan. But there are plenty of alternatives in this division for every single position. Doesn't matter which, you know, whether it's the cam, the fullbacks, the wingers, it makes no difference. And this defense is really good. I've got Naldo and Boateng in the center of the defense, but Matip is also crazy good, as is Socrates. Both of them really good cheap alternatives that I know you guys also love using. And then of course Alaba and Piszczek on the wings. Again, you could have Durm, you could have Bernat at left back. Rafinha is actually a really good alternative at right back. Of course, we've got Neuer in goal. You could put Stark in goal. He's got a very nice looking card. You could put basically anyone from the Bundesliga who's above 80 rated in goal. I don't really think goalkeepers, much like last year, I haven't really noticed too much difference between the lower rated and the higher rated goalkeepers this year. Okay, granted, I've only played about 100 games so far this FIFA, but I think that's enough games to kind of get a good enough feeling for whether something is worth it or not. And honestly, buying Neuer for this team just isn't worth it. The amount of extra coins that you spend for a goalkeeper that is just as good as someone who's worth 1/100th his price, I just don't think it's worth it at all. Look in the midfield as well, and you've got Vidal in at CDM, and you could use Bender, you could use Gustavo here. Again, you know, there's plenty of alternatives for you guys to use. Vidal was just crazy good, and he's actually quite cheap. I was really surprised at how cheap he was. I think you can get him for around like 40 or 50,000 coins, which, okay, that's a lot of coins, especially early on in the game. But when certain other players like Pogba goes for over 200k in a league that doesn't really get used much this year, compared to the Bundesliga, which does get used much, I don't know how Vidal was so cheap, but he is just so goddamn cheap. And Aubameyang, another player who's relatively cheap. I actually think Aubameyang got price fixed a couple days ago. He was going on the market for around 25-30k. Then about 2 hours later, he was extinct. And then about 3 or 4 hours after that, he was going for like 60 to 70k. So I think the auto buyers or price fixers are kind of coming into play with Aubameyang a little bit. I know we like to say pace isn't relevant this year, or is not as relevant as prior years, but with that being said, Aubameyang is still an absolute machine this year. If you do get ahead of the defender and you flick that right analog stick and push the ball ahead, there is no catching him. His finishing is clinical. He could use maybe the 4-star skill moves. The only thing I didn't like about this entire team was actually the fact that Lewandowski has had a skill downgrade. So Aubameyang and Lewandowski both only have 3-star skill moves, which is a bit shit. I usually like my strikers to have at least 4-star skill moves, or at least one of them to have 4-star skill moves. It wasn't quite the case for this team. There are, again, plenty of people that you can put up front, even from the Bundesliga. You could put Robben up front if you wanted, or Ribery up front, and they'll be fine. You could put Marco Reus there. You'll notice Marco Reus wasn't in this team. He's got a crazy good card. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the card. I've got him on loan with only one loan game left, so I didn't really want to use him this time around. I wanted to test out Ribery because I'd packed Ribery, and I thought he was phenomenal. I played with him in the draft and I loved him, so I thought let me try him in this team as well, and I absolutely loved him here as well. Scored a really nice goal there with Lewandowski, a lovely passing move, and last but not least we get another goal with Robben. Free kick from deep with Piszczek. Robben gets his head on the ball, past the keeper, makes it 2-0 in that game, and we did end up winning all 5 games. The second game we drew 2-2 and won on penalties. All the rest of them we won, no problems at all, and this team was absolutely magnificent to play with. Again, a lot of you are struggling with FIFA, and if you are struggling, switch to a formation that's comfortable in the game. 4-1-2-1-2 is always positive. Switch to a team that's just going to be just strong in both passing, dribbling, and probably shooting for the attack. Obviously it kind of makes sense, but like, I don't know, I find the clinical finishers are much better than pacey finishers this year. I've played with a few people in the draft who have really low pace, who have been really, really incredible to use up front. So don't be scared to try players who have a little bit less pace. Someone like Sami Nasri I found to be really, really good on the left wing as well. And I think you guys will have a great time in this game. Learn the passing. I can't stress this enough. Just relax on the ball, pass the ball a little bit more than you would usually do, and learn how to kind of power your passes, and you guys will start enjoying FIFA a hell of a lot more. This is going to be the end of the video, so thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace!
Dream